Hello, I'm Jesse Richard, founder and editor of TVNewsLies.org and host of the TV News Lies radio program on the Monks Media Radio Network. Today I just want to share a few thoughts about patriotism to my fellow Americans. Today's the anniversary of the famous speech by the revolutionary figure Patrick Henry, where he uttered that famous phrase, "Give me liberty or give me death." Now, I started thinking about this phrase when as I peruse the MySpace pages. We're new on MySpace, so please feel free to look us up and hook up with us on MySpace. And I see a lot of American patriots post one of two phrases on their websites. They post the phrase, "Give me liberty or give me death," and they post the phrase, "Live free or die," which is, to me, a very interesting approach to protecting one's liberty. I want you folks to think about what you're saying. That if you have an intention of protecting your liberty, and you approach it by saying, "Give me liberty or give me death," what are you doing? What are you offering? How do you propose to preserve liberty with that approach? That approach basically says anybody that wants to take your liberty away can. You will succumb to them. A true patriot, someone who really cares about their liberty, will take an approach of defending that liberty at the expense of the people taking it from you, not at your own expense. Give me liberty or give me death. Give me liberty or give death to the people who want to take liberty away from you. Now, we live in a country that has a completely skewed view of patriotism. They believe standing up for the government is patriotic. They believe supporting a president is patriotic. That's nonsense. Patriotism is parenthood. Patriotism is taking care of your country as if it was your child. It's making sure your country behaves itself well. It's making sure your country is educated, that it doesn't harm the very world in which you live, and it will have to continue to live. We live in a country that is obliterating the planet Earth, that is destroying chemically the oceans, the air we breathe, manipulating the food supply. 22 states in this country, women were tested by I believe by the CDC in 22 states in this country, and every last woman tested had rocket fuel in their breast milk. Okay, this is happening because we have a country that is destroying us. We have a country that props up every evil dictator around the world, supports them, like a chicken gets other countries to fight proxy wars, resulting in the death of millions of people, free people, resulting in dictatorships popping up where democracies once existed. And we do it underhandedly, and we sneak around doing it, and patriots sit here in this country and support their government. I hate to say this, your government is beyond your view. Who you think are your elected officials have very little to do with who really runs this country and how this country is really run, even by those supposed elected officials, is nothing like what you think it is. The historical record is out there. The information is out there. What's happening is when you watch television, you are getting the bits and pieces of information that create a false impression because they don't tell the whole story. They don't give you the whole picture. We have a new president, supposed president, Barack Obama, who is the front for the power behind Zbigniew Brzezinski and his cabal from the Trilateral Commission. What you will be witnessing over the next few years is very interesting, something that appeals to Americans, because on the surface it looks okay. It'll look like we're pulling out of wars and we're pulling our troops out of battlefields. But what you will start seeing is inflamed situations between countries like Syria and China and Iran and Russia, where wars break out, that we are encouraging and forcing, and we're basically fighting proxy wars without using our own soldiers. This is how your country conducts itself. Now, patriotism is parenthood. Start acting like a parent. Start caring about your country's conduct. And like a good parent, your country should be accountable to you like your child should be accountable to you. And you should be proud of them at the end of the day. And you shouldn't have to look at them and say, what have you done? What have you done to me? What have you done to this world? What have you destroyed beyond repair? That's what's going on in this country. So the live free or die nonsense, stop it. Okay? The support your country, stand by your country, don't criticize your president, stop it. Last point I want to make. The other little misconceived notion about patriotism is dissent is the highest form of patriotism. No, it's not. If your country is conducting itself well, and no one's really getting harmed, dissent is not the highest form of patriotism. This parenthood concept I just spoke of is the highest form of patriotism. Dissent from a government, when it comes to issues that don't affect anybody's life negatively, when it comes down to it, is not only unpatriotic, but it's mean, it's cruel, it's bigotry. And I'll give you kind of an example. We allow issues to divide this country that have nothing to do with liberty and freedom, except in some cases where you're restricting liberty and freedom. Most great example of this is the California bill to stop same-sex marriages. We divide ourselves politically as a nation over an issue that at the end of the day results in zero harm to individuals. No one dies. Nothing happens bad to the planet. The future of mankind does not change. Okay? It's not going to change heterosexual people to homosexuals and then stop population. By the way, you want to end the planet and you want to continue on a path to the end of mankind, keep breeding at the rate that we're breeding. Breed ourselves out of food and air, and every person creates a footprint of every kind of toxin in the world. Keep breeding human beings. That's the good way to path to destruction. So I leave you with that thought, and I'll leave you with the one thought that really is a moniker that you could stick to as a patriot. And that's a quote by Benjamin Franklin, and it's often misquoted, but I think I got the actual quote here. He said, "Those who give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty or safety." When you're asked to give up your liberty, or told to give up your liberty, you have to understand that a government is not taking your liberty away. A group of individual human beings are taking your liberty away. Terrorists from other countries don't take your liberty away. Congressmen do. Presidents do. Okay? And the people who are going to enforce this in this country are the people who are going to become your enemy. The people who are going to hold a gun to your face and force you to relinquish your rights as a human being, those are your enemies. So treat patriotism as if you're a parent. Stop this blind flag waving. Take the flag that's wrapped around your eyes and ears off. Put it aside. It's very pretty and colorful. But pick up the U.S. Constitution. Because instead of hanging flags all over the country and hanging on your porches and your cars and your kids' heads and everywhere you can print a red, white, and blue banner, take a copy of the Constitution and post it up there. Copy the Bill of Rights and hang it from your flag posts every day. And start understanding what liberty really is and start acting like a true patriot. For TVNewsLive.org, my name's Jesse Richard.